Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt someone's eyes on you? That quiet tension, that invisible spark that makes everything stop for a second? That's exactly what happened when Johnny Depp stepped onto the red carpet in Paris last night. The crowd went wild, cameras started flashing, and fans were screaming his name. But then something unexpected happened. The noise seemed to fade. All eyes shifted to one woman, Charlize Theron. Her cool, unreadable expression said more than words ever could. And within minutes, the internet exploded. People were asking, what's going on between Johnny and Charlize? Was that tension? Admiration? Or something else that only Hollywood insiders might understand? Well, tonight, we're breaking down every single detail from that viral red carpet moment, from Johnny's stunning new look to Charlize's mysterious reaction, and the wild rumors that came right after. Because sometimes, one look can start 1,000 stories. It all started with Johnny's grand entrance. Paris, soft evening light, and a carpet glowing under the flash of hundreds of cameras. He appeared in a perfectly tailored black velvet suit, classic Dior, subtle silver details, a modern twist with an old-world charm. No eccentric hats this time, no quirky glasses or pirate swagger. Just Johnny, calm, elegant, and confident. He smiled, waved, and took his time. No rushing. No dramatic poses. He greeted fans, signed a few autographs, even cracked a little joke with photographers. There was this peacefulness about him, like a man who's finally at ease with himself. You could feel it. Then came Charlize. Tall, radiant, and commanding attention without even trying. She stepped out in a white gown that shimmered like moonlight under the Paris sky, simple yet stunning. Every move she made was graceful. And as she glided past the cameras, that's when it happened. Their paths crossed. Johnny turned slightly, and Charlize looked up. Their eyes met, just for a moment, but it was enough to stop time. Cameras clicked like thunder. And that single look? It changed the entire energy of the event. Fans later described it as the cold gaze. Some said her expression looked distant, almost icy. Others believed it was actually respect, that quiet kind of acknowledgement only two legends could share. Either way, it became the headline. But the story didn't end there. They ended up seated just a few rows apart inside the venue. No conversation. No photos together. Just a few quick glances that fans caught on camera. And of course, that was all it took for social media to go wild. Within hours, hashtags were trending. People were guessing whether there was history between them, or if maybe something new was happening. Others thought it was all coincidence, just two professionals in the same room. Still, the moment had everyone talking. But before we let the gossip take over, let's step back for a second. Because what looks like drama on camera can sometimes be something completely ordinary. See, Hollywood red carpets are like chess boards. Every pose, every smile, every tiny gesture, it's part of a larger choreography. Stars wait for cues, photographers shout directions, publicists whisper where to stand and when to turn. What looks like tension might just be timing. A former event publicist once said, "The camera sees tension where there's only timing." And honestly, that's true. Half of what fans think are awkward moments are just pauses between flashes. But here's what's interesting, Johnny and Charlize actually share a lot of professional overlap. They've both worked with the same directors, starred in emotionally intense films, and even turned down big studio offers to focus on projects they believed in. They're both known for being fiercely private, deeply thoughtful, and a little mysterious. That's why people can't stop imagining what it would look like if they ever worked together. And here's the kicker, there are whispers going around that the two might be considering a joint film project. Something dark, elegant, and emotionally deep. Could this quiet Paris moment be the first spark of that collaboration? It's possible. Still, even if it was just coincidence, there's something undeniable about that energy between them. It's rare to see two stars command attention without saying a single word. And for Johnny, this moment felt different. It wasn't the flamboyant energy we used to see during his Pirates of the Caribbean days. It wasn't even the rebellious artist we saw in the early 2000s. This was a calmer, wiser Johnny, one who seems to have made peace with the storms of the past. He's not performing anymore. He's just being. And maybe that's what makes this phase of his life so captivating. Charlize, on the other hand, carries her own quiet power. She's been through her share of Hollywood challenges, stood her ground, and built her career on elegance and strength. So, seeing her and Johnny share even that brief glance, it felt like a meeting of equals. Two people who have seen the highs and lows of fame, and still manage to hold their heads high. Maybe that's why the moment hit so hard. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't dramatic. It was real. Just two icons in sync, even if only for a second. And in a world obsessed with noise and headlines, sometimes silence says more. If you think about it, that's what makes Johnny so magnetic. He doesn't chase attention anymore, it finds him. He walks onto a carpet, and the entire energy shifts. That's star power, not in the loud, flashy sense, but in the kind that comes from authenticity and self-assurance. It's the same reason fans have stayed loyal to him for decades. He's always been more than a celebrity, he's an artist, a storyteller, and someone who never stopped believing in kindness. Even after all the ups and downs, he still shows up for his fans, smiles, and keeps moving forward. And maybe that's what Charlize saw in that moment too, the strength of someone who's been broken, healed, and found peace again. Of course, the internet will always look for hidden meanings. Some people are convinced that gays hinted at tension or even rivalry. Others say it was a spark of admiration. But maybe, just maybe, it was neither. Maybe it was two professionals quietly saying, "I see you. I respect you." Whatever it was, that single glance has already become part of Hollywood's visual history, frozen in time, replayed thousands of times online, and still leaving people guessing. So, what do you think it really meant? Was Charlize's look just a natural reaction, or was there something deeper in her eyes that night? I'd love to know your take on it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, there's another story you'll definitely want to check out next, Johnny Depp's secret comeback, the role that could redefine his career. It's all about how he's quietly rebuilding his place in Hollywood, not through noise, but through heart and art. So, hit that like button if you enjoyed watching, subscribe for more, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss the next deep dive. Because one thing's for sure, when Johnny Depp walks into a room, he doesn't just attend an event, he creates a moment. And in Paris, that moment just might have said more than 1,000 interviews ever could.